Our story begins in 1947 in Cuba, an island in the Caribbean. A young woman dressed in almost all white, thanks to her white patent leather shoes, won a talent contest. Her name was Ursula Hilaria Celia Cruz Alfonso. Today she is known as Celia Cruz. Contest after contest made her extremely popular, and she performed extensively in La Habana. By the 1950s, she had become the main singer of La Sonora Matancera, one of the most popular Cuban bands. She later became La Reina de la Salsa, the Queen of Salsa. She was very successful at a young age in Cuba, but because of the political circumstances of her home country, she was forced to leave and to live in exile. Fidel Castro's dictatorship in Cuba started in 1959. His government placed restrictions on daily life and in the arts, and Celia Cruz was opposed to this form of government. She later told a story of how at one of her last performances in Cuba, she was asked to sing the song Burundanga. As it turns out, this was one of Fidel Castro's favorite songs. She refused to perform the song and sang another one. And when she was told that she would not be paid for the performance, she replied, "If I have to belittle myself to make money, I'd rather not have any." After Celia left Cuba in 1960 for a tour in Mexico, Castro banned her from returning. She was not able to set foot on the island for another 30 years. And in 1990, she performed at the US base in Guantanamo Bay. She always carried with her the music of her youth and home, and she was also always innovating. Her concerts in Europe, the United States, Asia, Africa, and Latin America were often sold out. And it was at these concerts, through her albums, and even in the movies, that she was introducing people to salsa music. Remember, she was the Queen of Salsa. She was also a trailblazer, and she was one of the few women who was part of Fania Records. And this meant that she was working with other great salsa and Latino musicians, including Johnny Pacheco, Willie Colon, and Tito Puente. She not only had these collaborations with salsa musicians, but also with non-salsa musicians, including David Byrne and Patti LaBelle. She even reworked Gloria Gaynor's disco classic, I Will Survive. As artist Alexis Rodriguez Duarte has said, Celia brought people home. With her music and her calling of azúcar, she also reached all Latinos who embraced salsa. Through Celia Cruz's music and voice, her ornate outfits, and the stories of her life, we can tell a more complex history. We can also see how one woman's story can have a significant impact. Celia's life and story have also helped shape the way that we see Afro-Latina and Latina women and how they have chosen to represent themselves. Our Latina history is American history.